If you want more club head speed, you gotta check this out. We're going behind the scenes with someone who has swung 169 miles an hour to learn exactly how he trains, how he warms up, and what he's working on in his golf swing. Seb, walk us through like a day in the life. What is training like for you?
Yeah, so first thing we got to do is get warm, because not only will that help us get to those speeds and do it, but it'll also help us do it safely.
Yep.
So first thing I like to do is start with some hip stuff. So we get in the 90-90 position on the floor, and then we'll just do 10 of these each side. Okay. Just like that.
Let's participate. Luke, do you want to participate in this as well?
Let's all three do this.
Why not? You know, there's nothing like 3 guys on a driving range doing stretches.
Just stretches.
Not enough guys
legs
do this.
open. Yeah. Nothing weird going on at all.
Okay.
And yeah, say we do 10 of those each side, then we switch to these ones, so feet together. Okay. And then what we're going to do here is keep this leg straight, drop that one, try into the floor. And then we're going to switch to the other side as well, like that. And 10 reps each side as well from this.
So it's all about just opening up the lower body.
Exactly, yeah. Open up the hips, getting them free, moving properly. And then after we do, say, 10 of those each side as well, we go feet wide like this. Okay. Say we start with the right leg, keep the left leg straight. Okay. And we turn this one in, go as far as you can, back up to the top. That way again.
Oh boy.
So this one was the one I struggled with the most. I could only go to here at first. Okay. And it wasn't until the last round of the last event where I was actually able to go down there, and that really felt like I could load the trail side and keep that stability throughout the swing. So this one's
my lead leg is super tight compared to my trail leg.
It's weird interesting to see the different mobility in each side. Yeah. So I do 10 of those each side. Okay. And then we can switch to this one here, where we go legs, spread this leg up, and then what we want to do is sit back into this heel, trying to keep that foot sort of in that same position, just rock back and forth 10 times.
It's great.
Yeah, this one feels good for sure. Woo. And then with that one, after 10, we go like this, and what we want to do is rotate at the hip to get that foot sort of at that 90-degree angle. So we do 10 more of those, rotating at the hip like this.
I haven't fallen over yet, which feels like a win.
I know, you're doing very good. And then what we'll do then, we'll switch sides as well, do another 10 real quick. Say that's 10, and then 10 more of these. And then from there, we are good to grab the resistance bands. So I like to grab one of these ones. Okay. Throw it around my ankle like so. And in here, I'm turning my feet inwards like this. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is, with this leg, step that way as far as I can. Just keep working, activating those glutes, keeping the feet pointing inwards as well to really target that glute area. Huh. So 10 steps each side, like so.
Is this the same warm-up for competition too?
It is, yeah. My warm-up's the same every time, just so I get used to it. And we've, this is actually my coach back at Hit It Great Gym, Aaron McConnelly, came up with this, and we found that this combined with the Rypstick it just gets me to those peak speeds within literally like 2 to 10 swings. So this is critical, not only producing, but doing this safely.
And are you doing weight training like outside of this as well?
Yes, in season, obviously we dial back in terms of weight and intensity, just so the CNS is fresh and we can actually reach those speeds more often.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. People think they're going to get way stronger when they go heavy, but if you don't do the speed side of it too, you won't. And there is something about just building a base of like pretty good strength and then attacking speed, right? Some periodization to it.
Exactly, yeah.
I think that is really kind of like that's the secret sauce of making it work, I think.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. You want to get strong, but you also want to train your body how to move with that new strength, that new potential size that you put on, and it's done through like Rypstick training and certain like plyometrics, if you'd say so. And
you get guys in the gym that might be able to bench press 500 pounds, but they can't throw a med ball as far as you, right?
Exactly.
It's that explosive strength.
That force output, I guess, and explosive.
Output. Exactly.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, there's one more weird band over here you were lifting it up. What's the last one that you got here?
Yep, so this is one that I use for my upper body and just getting my hands high. And this one you can really feel a stretch in the lat as well, depending on which side you do it. Okay. So what I do is put my foot through this loop just here, like that, grab the end of it, get in the athletic golf posture, and then up to the top. And I'm trying to feel like my hands are as high as possible and as far away as they are. And I can really feel this through the lat here and also through this sort of bit here of the leg, because I am getting that sort of rotation into that hip side as well. And then we just do like that little pump. And we do 10 of those. And yeah, this one really just helps activate the lats, the arms, shoulders, get the upper body moving properly. If you want to try it,
let's try it. Let's try it.
So flip through this. We'll go through the second one. You're strong enough.
Okay.
Yeah, you're strong enough to do
that. Appreciate the confidence. Okay.
And then up to the top.
With the right hand.
Yeah, right hand. And you do 10 of those. A little pump like this when you get to the top, like that, and then back up. Yeah.
Where should I feel my pressure, Luke? Because I'm keeping all my pressure over here, I feel like. Should I be
I think you want to feel like you're loading into the trail foot a little bit as you start the movement, probably. Feel some pressure into the trail foot. And you almost
that feels good. I like that. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, this one just really frees up and opens up the body, and this one's, get you moving.
So that's it? Like that's the warm-up?
That's pretty much the warm-up.
It takes you what, like 15 minutes?
10, yeah.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
I would have guessed it would have been like 3 times longer than that to get warmed up.
Yeah, no, it's there's one thing, trying to save energy for when you're actually hitting. So this one's, it's not a workout, it's just to get the blood flowing around the body, muscles activated so you can get out there and then use the next thing, which is a Rypstick, and then eventually hit balls at those speeds.
All right, so we got the warm up, 10 minutes, blows my mind how quick that is. Now what are you doing? What's next in your training?
Next we're grabbing the Rypstick. So chuck the glove on.
All right, so this training is like, it's season right now, you have competitions coming up. So this is like your in-season work,
exactly.
It'd be different out of season.
Yes, yeah, slightly different.
Got it.
So yeah, next we'd grab the Rypstick, and then we'd go through that process of still the warm-up.
Yep.
We'd do the 5 swings, each weight in, and then we'd finish with some single arm and then 5 swings, really exaggerating what I'm trying to work on at the moment, which is keeping this trail leg slightly more bent at the top of the swing instead of getting that bad habit of keeping it straight. So we can go through that now.
Yeah, let's show us some of like the heavy.
Thank you.
Luke, you made this thing. Talk us through the weight differences and like what we're gonna see in speed and all that stuff.
Right. So Seb usually starts with the most weight, which is certainly one way to do it.
Hold on, please.
Hard enough to lose a mic.
Let's see. You know what? We're gonna get crazy and we're just gonna
chuck it to the hat.
Clip it on your hat.
Easy. The magnet's somewhere down here.
I don't know if that's okay.
It's somewhere.
We'll find that later.
All
right, Luke starts. So he starts with the heaviest weight.
So he likes to start with the heavy one, and I think for Seb that's going to create like a lot of disassociation, because when it's heavy, it kind of slows your upper body down, and so your lower body can lead the swing even more. And then his goal here is obviously swing as hard as he can, but it's only going to get faster as he takes weights out. Right?
Got it.
So that's how we begin.
Yeah, you just get faster the more reps you get in. And
yeah, I've seen Seb hit his first ball of the day is 140 miles per hour, and that's because he does a proper warm-up.
Yep.
And with all the weights in, a lot of people are going to be a little slower, probably around 10% slower with all the weights in.
He's at 141.
That's
so
amazing.
Weights in.
That's amazing.
Because how heavy is that with the weights in?
Yeah, so with all the weights in, we're up to like 400 grams. Okay. Like this is really heavy driver. Okay. Yeah.
We'll do one more with this weight.
Okay.
So,
does it feel? You can tell it's heavier when you're swinging it, right?
Oh, for sure.
Hey, this is.
Feels like there's that effort to move it, but again, that effort does help with the disassociation and really get the body moving.
And one thing to note is where the swish is. I mean, we got a windy day out here, so it's a little harder to hear, but where do you want the swish when you're swinging, Seb?
I'm trying to feel it anywhere from around this point here, around this mark here, just because my attack angle is that bit higher, around the 6 to 10 degree up point, and releasing it.
Because you're trying to throw it.
It's almost like you've thrown it like throw it through.
This is where I think it could be individual based on your training. Like it's okay to think mechanics a little bit. Like where do you want to? Let's say you're a caster and you kind of release that club early. You might want to swish the thing as late as possible. Whereas Seb is trying to play a different sport. His driver is 2 degrees of loft, 2.4. So he's trying to release it earlier. I don't think that's for everybody. Do you, Cordy?
No, I don't. I can't throw it like that, that's for sure. So the normal weight is just one weight out? Is that
so basically like a regular men's driver would be 1 weight out. So you got 2 weights in, 1 weight out. So this is where we see a pretty comparable speed to what his driver would be at.
Yeah. What'd you get?
We got 150.
150?
Wow.
It's okay, I guess.
It's okay.
He's getting faster. The mic's flying off.
Hats are
we got all
everywhere.
kinds of things. It's windy. can't keep a mic on him because it just swings too fast. Hold on. Let's go mic off while you're doing this. How about that? We can't keep a mic on. I don't know what to do. All right, let's jump to the lighter. So explain to us why we want lighter. What does the lighter do for us?
So the lighter really is basically a central nervous system learning how to go faster. It's the old idea of like how do runners get to go faster? Well, they get pulleys or they go downhill, which trains their body how to go faster than they're used to. And you'll see it in so many different sports now. Baseball pitchers are, taking lighter balls, teaches them how to move their arm faster. So if we do that lighter, that can be super beneficial, especially if you're fairly strong. You want to go light.
How fast is your light normally?
Around the high 160s.
Okay.
I've maxed the lightest weight out, but I think it's 172.
Okay.
Again, that was during like a pure Rypstick like workout.
Yeah.
The stuff I'd say is more like the warming up into it to get ready for hitting.
Got it.
That's a lot more reps and sets to get into it, but yeah.
So when you're just in a typical training session, you're getting ready to hit golf balls.
Exactly, yeah.
And you're not just like, this is just all warm up.
Just
is
getting
the
body,
focus.
just getting the body moving.
Get the body
safely
moving.
and freely.
I feel like personally, maybe this is just anecdotal, but I always feel like I get the most benefit from the lighter. In the warm up and just like learning how to swing faster. Is that typical or?
Yeah, I think it depends a little bit on the person and kind of how they're built and where their strength is. So for whatever reasons, more senior golfers will maybe benefit from some heavier, but they might be a little bit more reliant on just upper body strength for that. And maybe it improves their sequencing. We're not exactly sure on all of it, to be honest. But for most people, if you're going to try to like go hit it as hard as you can, the last few swings being light usually helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, so we did different weights. Now single arm?
We're going to do some single arm ones, yep.
How fast is that, the single arm?
That's really, really fast.
115.
Wow.
115?
That's faster than me, Cordy.
Okay.
With 2 arms.
Then with after 5 of those, switch to the right.
Okay. Okay, so we finished your overspeed training. Kind of, you've done that. Now you're warm.
Yep.
What do you do next?
Then I do 5 more swings, just exaggerating that feel that I'm working on.
Okay.
So right now, my habit was straightening this right leg like this, keeping it straight.
Okay.
Which puts the stress through the lower back. So I'm trying to feel like this is loaded, slightly bent, so I feel it in the glute.
Yep.
And then just do some swings.
So you're ending the warm up, kind of focusing on your feel. You've got your
mechanical, but with the lighter weight, so it is that faster. Getting those positions.
Oh, interesting. So mechanical drill with lighter weight.
And that's another thing that's a common misconception would be like, are you training for speed all the time, or are you doing mechanics while you do speed? I think mechanics while you do speed are way better. And Seb, what percentage of your speed training is mechanics?
I mean, the mechanics are what get me swing quick.
Yeah.
So if I'm not doing those mechanics, then I'm not going to be as quick as I would be.
Right.
They're not putting me in those efficient positions, and it just won't be anywhere near it.
So if we could talk about like our level 1 protocol and what we do. Seb's got a little bit of his own package because of how he trains, and his own mechanics are slightly different. But we could walk through a couple of the 2 exercises that we use in level 1 and how they might be helpful.
Okay.
So Seb, let's do one with feet together, and we're going to do the step drill. So we're going to take it to the top and freeze up there, and we're going to step towards the target. So go ahead and freeze at the top, and then step and swish. And that's a really good one for learning linear trace, which is usually the lowest hanging fruit for most golfers, is learn how to transfer that weight to the front foot. Think about how many golfers are on their back foot when they're hitting a drive.
Yeah.
It's not very effective. So that's number 1, and we do that right hand, and we do that left hand, and we do that with 3 different weight combinations. And then the other one that we're gonna do is just what we call a lead heel lift, which is like a normal swing, but you're just gonna lift your heel and hammer it down to start your downswing. So it's your trigger that should feel like your normal swing, right? So let's try that one, where you just lift the foot off the ground and just hammer it down. There we go. So that's kind of where we start with most people, and then as you get into the training more, then we start activating more of the other sort of ground force opportunities, which are more into the vertical and even more rotation. But we start with the linear because that's the lowest hanging fruit.
Okay.
And actually it tends to help people because when they start getting their weight forward, their hips move this way and it shallows them out. And let's be honest, a lot of people slice it. This is a good way to start fighting a slice immediately, is that make sure you're here and bumping your hips towards the target.
Cool.
So
we're warm, ready to go. How long, so you said 10, 15 minutes for the stretching.
Yep.
Then your overspeed training, another 15 minutes?
Around, just for the warm-up of the Rypstick, anywhere from, they can be as quick as like 5.
Okay,
5
so
to
real
10
quick.
minutes as well. So that both, in total, you've got 20 to 30 minutes of get just before you start hitting driver.
Okay, so yeah, now you're ready to hit golf balls. How many are you hitting? How long are you gonna hit for?
Yeah, so ball-wise, that can range anywhere from 70 to 120 balls. When I first started, I did do a lot more volume, so that could be anywhere from 150 to 240 balls. That was just to really get my speed to a point, like sort of push it and accelerate it quick. But I found that just recovery time just wasn't great. I'd have to have 3-4 days off just to get back to a speed where I was anywhere near that. So this 70 to 120 ball range is perfect because I can do this and then I can do it some technical work tomorrow, and then the day after that I'm fresh again. I can push more speed. But yeah, even technical mechanical work, 70 to 120 balls, just focusing on something I'm working on, like this trail side, and then I can mix it up with certain ball shot patterns and trajectory, and then grid practice as well. Well,
let's hit a few, and you talk about some of the ways. Which one are we doing here?
There's a few. We'll go. There we go. We'll go this one.
Okay.
how many balls before a driver will break for you?
Yeah, so this is something my club builder, Chris, Apex Golf Hawaii, has come up with. After 500 hits, we turn these into training heads because they don't necessarily break or crack, but they go flat. And in terms of ball speed, we've seen anywhere from 3 to even 10 mile an hour decrease. And then also the dispersion rates increase because that bulge and roll effect's gone. So it's a flat face.
So literally going from, how drivers are curved, they go to this because he's hammering the middle of the face, and then your gear effect doesn't work very, very well. It's crazy stuff. And then just a range ball versus a good golf ball, what's the difference there?
Yeah, so these range balls or these limited flight balls, I'm not sure what the compression is, but I imagine it's fairly low, you'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reference range I believe is 60 to 120. Yeah, this could be 15 to 20 mile an hour slower in ball speed. Yeah. So I tested one ball when I broke the world record. It was that world record speed, and then we went to a softer ball and it was 23 mile an hour slower.
Wow.
At the same club head speed, middle strike. It was just
crazy.
The way it compresses on the club face and that sort of gear effect, the bounce, it just can't handle those sort of club head speeds.
Because you did the world record with Pro V1X?
Yeah, the Pro V Left Dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest?
That's the best ball in the market now, in my opinion. Yeah, there are some balls that are 3-4 mile quicker, which other people have used to break previous world records, but yeah, they're not on the market.
They're hard to find, huh?
They are, yeah. Everyone keeps them secret.
All right, let's hit some shots. We got to unmic you because it's going to fly in a direction. And then let's hit some. Let's talk about like things you focus on while hitting golf balls. The range is 366 yards long. Yesterday we could not hit here because it would go too far. Today we got a bit of wind, as you might have noticed, so we should be good.
Yeah, we're in about 12 to 15 miles per hour wind right now, dead in, and that might keep it shorter than 360. We're hopeful.
Should we go check?
That'll be right.
Okay.
We'll shot 4.
Okay. Oh my gosh, they're just perfect. Kid.
And that peak height, again, is like 180 or something like that?
Yeah, my average has been around 190 feet apex.
Okay.
So PGA Tour average is about 100 feet or 90 feet for a driver, and so he's about twice as high. We're watching these balls.
Twice as high.
It's way higher. That's with a 2-degree driver, too. Wow, that's a good one.
That is really good. Man, you're hammering these today. Okay, so there's a lot of things we can do in hitting balls on the range. What do you think about? Are you thinking about maxing out a ball speed number? Are you thinking about mechanics? Are you thinking about, I want to hit a draw, I want to hit a fade? Like, so many options here.
Yeah, so right now I'm going a bit more through what I do on the grid.
Okay.
So I'm doing my process, my pre-shot routine, and just getting that ingrained. So today I'd say is more of a mechanical and then grid work.
Okay.
So yeah, I do my pre-shot routine behind the ball, looking at my target, visualizing and seeing it, peeking my target in front to line up with, going through and hitting that shot shape.
Okay.
And I just repeat that every time. So when I go on the grid, it's like it's just another swing in training.
Got it. So you try to make, so some of your practice is just like, hey, we're gonna make this just like I'm out on the grid competing.
Yeah, so we're going to make this practice just like I'm out on the grid competing.
This is where I think it's so interesting to look at like normal golf and you got long drive golf. There's so many similarities, aren't there? Because you think about like you're trying to train your pre-shot routine so that the transfer training, all the range stuff works on the course. It's the same, isn't it?
It really is.
Train the routines, the mental routines, the physical routines. It doesn't carry over very well. It's just so different.
Yep.
So.
Will you do that for a whole session, just focus like that, or do you mix it up, where you do the first half hour that, next half hour something else?
It really depends on where the swing is at. So because I am working on something now, it might be half mechanical and then go back to that sort of more ball flight orientation and pre-shot routine focus. So now I can mix up a few, like focusing on that sort of trail side. So I'll go up, do a rehearsal swing. So I'll go up to the top and I'm really feeling like this leg is slightly bent and my hip is turning that way towards the target. And then I'll plant the left heel like that and getting that separation there as well. That's still bent, slightly turning inwards. And then just do that one more time. And then from there I can just go hit it, trying to mimic that sort of exaggerated feel.
Okay. Luke, this doesn't get old, does it?
It's just really weird to see it. You know, like I've seen Roy McIlroy, I've seen Tiger Woods, I've seen those guys tee off at tournaments.
Yeah.
It is nothing like this.
No, it's not.
It's just not even close.
Yeah. So, okay, we love talking practice. That kind of what he described. What kind of practice is that? What do you think about like how he's approaching
Well,
it?
I think he's doing a great job of mixing in technical practice or kind of like mechanics with skill. And he's aware of what's going on with his swing and where he's hitting it on the face. He's aware of what he needs to change from a ball flight perspective, but he's also got some internal cues, which is that's the high level where you're practicing and you're noticing a lot of things and fixing as you go. It's an iterative process. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of beginners or novice golfers aren't very good at that. They don't know where they're hitting on the face. They don't know, the face is way closed, that's why it's going left. And they certainly can't think about their body while they hit a shot. And I think understanding how to put that all together is why you need a coach. Yeah. And it's why it takes some experience to be able to do it. And it helps that, Seb, you were a +4 before you even started long drive.
Yeah. So I had that golfing background and that sort of playability around the course. And that really helps in like feeling where the club is. And again, going back to that pre-shot routine, it's almost like I'm back on a golf course just doing another shot. It's just with a driver and on a green now. Yep.
I love this. Let's end with this. That's what you've got your swings. That the end of the training after that? Do you max out at the end? Is your last ball as hard as you can go? Like what?
Sometimes just for fun I will do. But yeah, most of the time it's staying disciplined so I can peak for that next session and really push club speed. Because even a small amount of those really fast max out swings can just fry your CNS that little too much to where you could be a few miles an hour slower the next day you're actually trying to push speed and reach speed. So yeah, it's just being disciplined with your training and really focusing on what you are meant to do at this moment in time and saving the rest for the next session.
Sweet. Seb, Luke, that was fun. I enjoyed learning what you do. Make sure to keep watching because I'm going to try to see if I can do any of this stuff and what I can max out at with your help. We'll see. All right. Till next time.